Okay, this is classwork 1-9. I'm going to have you grab a piece of blank graph paper, copy all of this work, all of the words, the graph, the numbers. If you want full credit, I will leave that up to you. Make this worth big points. But here we go. Writing an equation today is the big goal, but then I'm going to have you show how this all relates. But here we go. Solving an equation, knowing that I give you a y-intercept, how much you're spending before you spent even a second, and then the rate of change number, and then the total number right there. Use those to write an equation. Know that this is $2 per hour. First word is black, black. So I'll write that 2h plus that 3, and I'm going to set that equal to the total, which is 11. I'm going to solve that for number of h's here. So take away 3. Figure out how long I rented if I'm paying $2 per hour and have a $3 deposit. Gives me 2h equals 8. Do the opposite, timesing by 2, dividing. And that gives me that the number of hours for this situation is 4. 4 hours. I need you to know this though. I could replace this 11 with the variable h and make this an equation. So my equation is 2h plus 3 equals, and then for h there for time, I'll say C for cost right there. Total cost. All right, for my equation, there it is. I'd like you to make a table. Second word is blue. Blue with that 4 hours right here going up by 1. And I want you to understand how this all relates to the math that we'll be doing. It is 11 right there. I know it. I could get the rest of this table by going up by this amount each time, going up by that 2. So taking that 11 plus that 2 will give me the next number that goes right there. Or I could always use that equation with that C right there. So 11 plus 2, 13 plus 2, 15 plus 2, 17 plus 2, 19 plus 2, 21. Or of course I could always use that equation there. Maybe flip it around and plug in the 5 right there and get what C is using that equation instead of just adding 2's. 2 times 5 plus 3. That gives me the cost at 10 hours. I'm sorry, at 5 hours is that 13 number right there. That's another way you can do it. I want you to know that this equation from the table could also be found by backstepping, right, all this to that y-intercept term, taking away 2's as I go up that column. So that 11 minus 2, 9 minus 2, 7 minus 2, 5 minus 2, that all important 3 right there. I want you to see how that relates. There's my rate of change, $2 per hour. There's my y-intercept, 3. I want you to be able to graph it. So graph this on graph paper. Use the graph paper whole page if you need it. This is C, cost, dollars. This is T, time, which we'll call hours. At 0 hours, the cost was 3. There's my 3. 1 was 5, 2, 7, 3, 9, 4, 11. That point I'm going to be using right here to just talk about. Next word is green. Green. Next point is 13, 5, 13. Next one, 15, going up by 2. Drawing this line through this graph. I want you to see all this stuff. This is my y-intercept. That's at 0 hours. When time is 0 hours, the cost is $3. 0 hours, $3. I want you to see that this graph Every time I go over 1 hour, I'm going up an additional $2. That is my rate of change. $2 for every 1 hour. That is my slope number. That's a very important number. That's my rate of change. Next word is yellow. Yellow. So I want you to also show this. Every point on this graph, so this point right here, which is 4:11, which means when I have 4 hours, after 4 hours, the cost is $11. I want you to see that this point I could plug in to this equation and make it work. So write this work for me too. I could plug that in. I could plug in 11 for that C. I could plug in for H that 4 right there and add that to 3. That will give me a true statement. Show me that. And then even more high tech, show me this one with detail. Look at this. $2 for every 1 hour. That's my rate of change. If I times that by 4 hours and add that to that plain old $3, which is plain old $3. If I get that in blue, that should equal that $11 in blue right there. Sorry, kind of ran out of space. So what happens is these will cancel. That will give me just plain old $8 now, plus that $3 that's already there, and that should equal that $11 cost number I plugged in, and there it is. Yep, $11 equals $11. Everything, details, everything, all my units, man, high tech. All right, last word is wave. Wave, that is the last word. Not sure if that was 5, but make sure you're writing all this down. Show me that you know how to solve an equation, know how that represents what we've been doing, this kind of math, being able to write a table, graphic, know the parts of a graph. All right, good luck.